Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles continue to move through the season and want to find a way to secure win number 3 on the year. It's the Bears going up against the Eagles.
Thank you, Larry. It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look live there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Philadelphia Eagles. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. First down, Rivers. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Rivers now to throw on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. And the wide out in motion. On second down, Rivers again. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. They give him 13 yards there on the... Playing a fresh set of downs. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. Rivers. And it's complete. The tight end, Deion Sims. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, a 22. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. A first down throw here for Rivers. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Rashard Matthews, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
There's so much precision in an offense, especially when you're throwing the ball. And in an out route, plenty of it. How about the quarterback hitting his back foot, ball's out of his hands, receiver making his break, making his cut. He's got to time up perfectly. Not always easy to do.
Just let him a little too much.
Yeah, I remember back in the good old days, I was talking to a quarterback, and he said everything they did was on the count system. So when he took a snap, he counted in his head for certain routes, different time frames for each one, and he knew if the ball wasn't out of his hand at that point, he'd better eat it because the play was dead.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To the air again here, Rivers. The swing pass caught. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Well, these guys scored touchdown after touchdown in that win a week ago. So how do they come out this week? Same way. They've got that momentum going, a touchdown on the opening drive.
I think it's safe to say that they're in a groove, isn't it? I mean, a lot of times we've seen where teams have scored a ton of points the week before. The very next week struggle to score almost as if they used it all up. Not in this case. This group appears locked in.
We're going to have to make some adjustments if you're on the other side of that football. This one taken from the 7. And he will be hit with a lot of force and spun down. first carry for LeGarrette Blount. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Offense needs something here on second down. It is second and long. Operating from the gun. Moore. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Throwing on third and long. Moore. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Nick Kwiatkowski coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the veteran left-footed punter Donnie Jones to kick it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken at the 18. That one in the books as a 64-yard punt. And the Bears take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Now a run. This is Bilal Powell. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy. The 30.
Go, go, run. Oh, baby. Get him, boy. Get him, boy.
Second down following the run. They'll run again. Again, it's Powell. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's spilling them in the offensive backfield.
It'll be a gain of 16 and give him a first down as well.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one. I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense.
Looking left side, and it's complete. 23 yards on the play. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. Those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Now Rivers. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Working out of the gun, Rivers. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. Rivers on first down. His throw incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Toss play, Powell. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Rashard Matthews with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's into the clear. 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. It usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Hoping now to get back in the end zone on his 4th possession. Escaping the pressure right. Airs this out for Matthews. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Rashard Matthews, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage and make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
Rivers now. Flushed out right, and they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
The Bears on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Rivers. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That's taken on the 25. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Again, here's Blunt. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ground?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. There's the former Heisman winner. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. Now Blunt. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Here's Moore to throw on 2nd down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. Moore now. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it. Moore now, operating from the gun. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short.
Everyone gears up for 3rd down, talks about the importance of it. But 4th down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more. And, you know, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on 4th down.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Rivers now on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Bears on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On third down, Rivers. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And that one good for 16 yards and a first. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot.
Touchdown, Chicago! A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Bears will extend their lead. Now Sturgis on to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. So the D-line's going to spread out. They'll begin here with Blunt. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. Right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Moore looking to throw on second down. Trying for the tight end, Ertz, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quentin Demps. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps...
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Rashard Matthews with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Bears will add on to their lead. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. It's complete left side to Aguilar. And they'll get it all the way out near midfield to the 45. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Now a play fake here on first down. And complete to Zach Ertz. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. To throw is Moore on 1st and 10. Completes it to Aguilar. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Here's Blunt. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves his sticks.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. They'll run again with Blunt. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back.
All right, now look at 56. Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Moore. And that is incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. 3rd down here.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. Now Moore. From the gun, he'll throw. And this is caught at the 8. And he is going to feel that one. Knocked down hard. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside. Not easily covered, and then when they cap.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Derrick Henry, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This one taken from the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Second down, Rivers. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. On 1st and 10, Rivers. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Derek Barnett in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. On play action, Rivers. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Fletcher Cox in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on third down following 2 negative plays. From the gun, Rivers. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. And an early advantage in that one for the Giants. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. Got some room at the 30. And a cut to the sideline. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 33 and a first.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Now before the second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Decent chunk of yardage still left here, 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. Moore. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Moore. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Here's Moore. A final shot before break. Airing this one out for Evans. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we'll send you down the coast to Orlando, where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? This will be fielded at the 6. And he nearly broke that for Moore, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12.
Here we go. No. Check. Patriot. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
They'll run it again with Henry. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Now let's go.
More now. Operating from the gun. He's got Evans. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
We saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top. Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Moore to throw on 2nd down. And a catch right side by Evans. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Watching now. All right, now, look at 56.
Looking to throw. Moore under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Lamar Houston in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. On is Josh Lambo for the field goal try. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And Lambo will put this one through, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense, and over the post.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now it's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there of 22. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. And now a first down following that long gain. From the gun, Rivers. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turns into a nice play.
This is the running back, Powell. Powell with a first down and more. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Bilal Powell, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bears will extend their lead. Always important to get the first score the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
This will be fielded at the 6. Oh, little 360. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost try to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
8 yards to go here on second down. Back to throw. Moore. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Watch it now, Barney.
A first down carry for Henry. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
To throw is Moore. Looking to throw on second down. They set up the screen for Henry. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the broken tackle. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's third down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Now more. Off play action. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Pernell McPhee in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Here's Donnie Jones now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, and they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. They go again with Powell. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. The Bears on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, Rivers. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this will be taken at the 13. And, oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back at the 22-yard line. They begin with Henry. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Looking to throw. More. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Again to Henry. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down.
No, check. Patriots. 319.
On 3rd down, Henry. And he gets it down to the 32. call it a 4-yard pickup, but it leaves them a few inches short here on 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
And he'll get nothing out of that one.
Now, that was a little bit longer distance than you would expect to see for a quarterback sneak. Normally, it's 4th and 1, 4th and inches. But when you get interior linemen trying to get upfield for a pass play, sometimes you can blow past them on the sneak, and it worked well for them.
Here's Moore, throwing to start the drive. Oh, it's a screen pass. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. The first down screen pass, good for 5. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. Now a 2nd down throw for Rivers. Left side, caught by Matthews. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. And they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
And he powers his way up past the 30. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
He was looking for Matthews that time, and that'll make it 3rd down. And the offense looking to pick up the 1st down after the 2nd down incompletion. On 3rd down, Rivers. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Derek Barnett in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. He's been terrific so far. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This will be taken at the 10. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now a handoff to Henry. And an alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Again, it's Henry. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Back to throw. Moore. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 46. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator.
And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. Derek Barnett in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Now it's a bootleg with Rivers. And he finds a man on a crossing route. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Throwing here, Rivers. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. A very solid gain of 27. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Rivers to throw it. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. They go play action. Rivers looking to hit Matthews, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. He's at the 50. He's at the 30, the 20, 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were...